Hey everyone, it's Brandy and welcome to my first reading vlog in a while. So I just filmed, I think, like a 7-minute clip of an introduction to a reading vlog, and I realized that my mic wasn't turned on. I'm still trying to get used to this new mic. My one that I typically use is actually in storage. So until I get that one, I have this one and it has a switch to turn on and off. So that's a bit annoying, but it's what I have for now. So I'm actually not going to take as long as I just took to intro this vlog, only because, like I said, I just did it. Mic wasn't on, so not going to be able to use any of that footage. And I need to film a whole nother video that's probably going to take a really long time. So as of right now, I am struggling a bit with reading, and I really want to do the best that I can to try to get back into the flow of things and start reading more, because I feel like I'm not reading as much as I would like to. As of right now, I have 3 books that I'm currently in the middle of. One that I'm not really going to talk about too much. I am currently in the middle of the Kate Daniel series. I think I'm on the second to last book. And yeah, I'm just trying to finish up with those before I get back to the other books that I was physically reading. The first one that I'm reading is Aurora Rising by Kaufman and Kristoff. This is actually a reread for me. And then the other book that I was reading is From Blood and Ash by Armentrout. This is a fantasy romance, and I am about halfway. I think I'm a little bit over halfway through this one. And I started this at the beginning of the month, like on the 2nd, and it's the 21st, and I'm still not done with it. And I'm hoping that I can, at the very least, finish these 2 before the end of the week. Like I said, my reading has been slow, so I'm not trying to put too much stress on myself. I think that's all I have to talk about for now. I have a lot to do. I have another video that I want to film, so that's kind of taking priority over this. I just wanted to get this vlog started, and we will see how it goes from there. Hey everyone, so it is Tuesday, September 22nd. It is just after noon. It's 12:02. I just got home from a job interview. I think I mentioned it in a previous clip, but yeah, it's the first one that I've gotten since I've been applying, so that was nice. It seemed to go well. I will know in a couple days if I got the job or not. But yeah, so I am eating lunch. I don't know if you guys care. I'm eating leftovers from last night. We had chicken wraps, so I made me that, and I already started eating my apple. Random stuff, but I don't know if you guys care about that. Anyway, I didn't get everything done that I wanted to do yesterday, so I'm gonna eat and then I'm going to start working on some of that stuff. I didn't read either of the 2 physical books that I told you guys that I was reading, but I did finish up the second to last book in the Kate Daniel series, or like the main novels in that series. I think the one that I finished was Magic Binds. Let me check that real quick. Yeah, I finished up Magic Binds. I actually finished that this morning before I left out for my interview. I was going to start the final book, which is Magic Triumphs, but I never did read the spin-off book that was supposed to go in between that one, which is Iron and Magic, and that one follows Hugh D'Ambre, which if you've read the series then you will know who he is. But I never did read that book, so I figured I have, but like I think I had 5 credits on Audible, so I decided to just go ahead and download that, and I started listening to that right after I finished the previous book. So as of right now, I'm going to be reading Iron and Magic and doing stuff that I didn't get to do yesterday. I also got some Amazon packages just came in, but those aren't book related, so I'm not going to show those off because I don't think you guys are going to care. Like I said, I don't really have too much to update you guys on right now because I haven't really done a whole lot, but I will come back a little later, hopefully, since I didn't come back yesterday with any additional clips. But think that's all I have for right now. All right, so it is about 11:15 p.m. and I honestly didn't get as much reading done as I was hoping. I was able to film my book haul that I was planning on doing for all the books that I have gotten since I haven't been on my channel, which I actually think should already be up. So if that's up by the time this video goes up, I will link it up in the iCards so you guys can go check that out if you haven't already seen it. I was able to get that filmed. It took me a lot longer than I was expecting because it was way more books, I don't know why, than I thought there were. And doing that, I was able to reorganize my shelves a little bit better, so I'm happier with the way that they look right now. Also, I did watch Bethany's live show from tonight. She did a live Q&A because she just made 8,000, so I caught most of that. I was a little late because I didn't know that that was going to be today. I saw her mention it, but anyway, I did catch most of that, and then after that I watched a couple booktube videos, but because it's so late, I figured I would start settling in for the night. I'm going to get back to my audiobook because I thought I would get through most of that today, but like I said, I got distracted with other things and I didn't really read that much. So right now it looks like I actually got through 32% of the audiobook for Iron and Magic, which, like I mentioned earlier, is a kind of spin-off of the Kate Daniel series following Hugh D'Ambre. I think I already said this, but I am actually about to settle down. I'm starting to put my stuff up and I'm gonna like go wash my face, brush my teeth, you know, do those things to get ready for bed, and I will be back to check in with you guys, I guess, tomorrow. Good afternoon, everyone. It is Wednesday, September 23rd. It is a little after 12:30. So yeah, morning is not, or my morning slash afternoon not going quite as planned. I woke up to a spider crawling on me. Yeah, kind of freaked out just a little bit. You know, I'm used to seeing them on the wall. First time since I've been here that one has actually crawled on me, so that was great. I think it was because I have my air on when I sleep because I get really hot when I sleep, and it's probably too cold in the room. Whatever, not important. It's dead now. But today I don't think I really have too much going on. I am still currently reading Iron and Magic by Alona Andrews. I have, as of right now, I have about 5 hours left in the audiobook, but I am listening to it at a higher speed. Goal is to finish that today, and I'm probably going to work on my diamond painting, which I'll show you guys if I do end up working on that later. As far as Iron and Magic, I am enjoying it so far, but I'm still kind of like in the middle about it. It's obviously giving it a different side to the character Hugh than what we've seen before, and I think the authors did a good job of showing that he has more emotion to him than just like following Brolin if you've read the previous series. So I'm enjoying seeing that, and I can't wait to see how everything comes together. I appreciate though that it's not like an instant love thing. You know, he meets this witch and they're kind of having to work together for their own goals. They're coming together to accomplish their own goals, and it's not always easy, so it's been interesting. I'm going to continue on with that and I guess give thoughts on that once I finish it. But yeah, I think that's it for now. Probably gonna cut out most of this clip, but that's okay. I'll talk to you guys sometime later today. So I'm back with another kind of update. It is just after 2, and I haven't gotten as much reading or listening done as I was hoping to by this point. I kept getting distracted because I was scrolling through Facebook and stuff like that. However, I decided that I am going to work on my diamond painting while I finish off this book. So I'm not sure if you guys have heard of diamond painting, but just in case you haven't, it's basically a color by number with little beads. So this is what I've done so far of this one. Is actually pretty big. I think this one is a 40 by 50. I'm not sure, it doesn't have the size on here, but this is the whole thing. I've only done a little bit so far, and here is the picture of what it's supposed to look like, if that will focus. There you go. That's what it's supposed to look like when it's done. But if you can tell by the beads, if it's like really showing up, it'll be kind of sparkly because of the way the beads are cut. So yeah, I'm going to, like I said, work on this while continuing to listen to the audiobook, and I'm hoping that I can finish off, because I started here, let me pull this down so you can kind of see. I started on this section. You see it's a bunch of white here. I started on this, I think like last week or maybe the week before, and I stopped because my hand was hurting while doing this. So I would like to finish, I want to actually finish off this whole top section here so I can move on, you know, move down. So yeah, I'm about to work on that, and I might film a little bit of me doing that so you guys can see. Super simple. The thing is sticky, so I just, you know, take the beads that go where they, and put them down where they need to go. I think the section that I'm working on is mostly white, so yeah, I don't know, that's what I'm doing. Almost afternoon. It is Thursday, September 24th. I did not do an update before I went to bed last night. I had planned on it, but I ended up being up way longer than I was expecting, so I just got ready for bed. So it is almost 12 o'clock. While I'm waiting on my tea and food to cool off a little bit so I can eat, I figured I would give you guys an update on stuff. So I did finish off the section that I told you guys that I wanted to finish off in my diamond painting yesterday. I was listening to the audiobook, so I was able to get through this. Actually, I got a bit distracted. I had stopped for a bit. So this is really the main reason why I was up so late, because I wanted to finish off this section. And then I did start another section because there wasn't that much of the same color. So you guys probably can't really see that, but this whole white section up here, I did all of that, and a little bit of down here. So with that being said, I did finish the audiobook for, I think it was Iron and Magic by Alona Andrews. Like I mentioned before, that is a spin-off book of the Kate Daniel series. Spoilers for the Kate Daniel series, if you haven't already read it, I will put, like, I guess some type of timestamp if you don't want to hear any spoilers about it, about the rest of the series before this book. But Hugh D'Ambre is cut off from Roland's magic after previous events that happened with Kate in the regular series, and we're following him as he's kind of trying to get his life back together
and trying to find his own way after not being under Roland for as long as he was. And he meets a witch. I don't even know if she's a witch. Honestly, they don't really explain what she is. It's like she's some type of old magic that's hinted at a little bit here and there. And I think as we progress in that spinoff series, we're going to find out more, because I found out recently that there are actually, I think, at least 2 more books planned in that spinoff series. So, I didn't know what to, like, I didn't know how I was going to feel about it, because Hugh D'Ambre was a villain for as long as we have known him. They show little bits and pieces of him having a sense of humanity and showing empathy and stuff like that. We're just seeing a lot more to Hugh than we have ever seen before, and we get a little sneak peek or a little flashback from characters that he has previously interacted with, and seeing how much he has changed from that point in his life, and maybe how he didn't always want to do what he wanted to do, but because of his connection with Roland, he was kind of forced to do it. So I don't want to say this was like a new favorite or anything, but I did enjoy it. I appreciate that we got to see more and maybe see how exactly or why he was the way he was. So with that being said, I probably would have gave this like 4 out of 5 stars. Yeah, it was my first time reading it. I feel like I wasn't paying attention to it as much as I probably should have. So that wasn't the greatest. But yeah, it was interesting, and I do want to read the next book in this spinoff whenever it comes out. So I'm looking forward to that, because there are a lot of other things, like I said, going on in this. But after I finished off that, I did go back and start the audiobook for the last book in the Kate Daniels series, which is Magic Triumphs. This is a reread for me. Honestly, I can't even count the amount of times that I have reread this since the first time. I am about 3.5 hours into it. So as far as today, I am throughout the day waiting on a call about an interview, a phone interview for one of the jobs I applied to. And hopefully editing videos, and then about an hour, I think, yeah, about an hour or so, I will be doing a Macmillan open house for influencers / reviewers. So hopefully that's nice, and I will do my best to update you guys during the day. I don't typically vlog on a normal basis, and I'm not reading that much, so it's not that much to talk about, but I'm trying my best, and we'll see how that goes from there. My hair is kind of looking a mess right now. It is 11, almost 11:15. I figured I would go ahead and update you guys before I head to bed. I just realized that I think all of today, maybe even yesterday too, my air conditioner has been on, and since I don't have anything in my room, it's pretty echoey, probably pretty echoey in here. And sorry about that if that's too loud. I will adjust that in editing, because I went to go check some footage for something and it was really loud. So I'm going to just turn like the overall audio down to hopefully help with that. So my afternoon was kind of busy. I think I mentioned earlier, and I'll probably show like a really quick clip, that I was invited to Macmillan's influencer / reviewer open house, and it was like a 2-day event, and I only signed up for the second day. The first one was for adult titles, and I probably should have signed up for that one too. I honestly wasn't really doing anything, so I probably could have did it, but I did do the children's and YA open house section or session that they had each day, and that was from 1 to 4:30. So that kind of took up a big chunk of my afternoon. However, after that, I did get a few other things done. So I edited one of my videos that I filmed on Monday. As far as reading, I did get some reading done. I think I said earlier that I started the last book in the Kate Daniel series yesterday when I finished with Iron and Magic, and today I have been continuing on with that. I think the last time I looked, I was about 3, maybe 3.5 hours in, and I'm now a little bit over 5 hours into it. Have about 7 hours left, so I should be able to finish that by tomorrow, as long as I just sit down and, you know, listen to it. Hey everyone, so it is Monday, so I figured I would go ahead and wrap up this reading vlog. The rest of the week did not go according to plan. You'll probably have seen that I didn't vlog at all for 3 days. In case you guys care, I mentioned that I was working on this diamond painting, and I did get some more done. I think it looks a lot better in the camera because I was looking at it trying to see if I could see the picture. I think I told you guys or showed you guys what it's supposed to look like. So I think the last time I showed you, I was like on this section. So I finished all of this and worked on this, and I was listening to an audiobook, which I will talk about in just a second. As far as reading that I hadn't already talked about, I did finish a book. I think overall I did finish 4 books all of last week. Books that I already talked about that I finished was Iron and Magic by Alona Andrews. I gave that one 4 stars. I also finished Magic Triumphs by Alona Andrews as well. This one was a reread for me. I didn't really talk too much about that one. I think I might have mentioned when I finished it, but because it was a reread, I didn't want to spend too much time focusing on that. But I also did finish Aurora Rising by Amy Kaufman and Kristoff. This was another reread for me, but I think I might have mentioned when I was talking about it before that I decided to do a reread of this one because the sequel, Aurora Burning, came out this year and I wanted to read it, so I wanted to have a refresher. As far as rating, I think I'm sticking with the 4 stars that I gave it before. I don't think this book was perfect by any means, but I think these 2 authors have a way of bringing their story to life. And then the only other thing that I did read before the end of the week was a little bit of From Blood and Ash by Jennifer Armentrout. So I think that's all that I have for the end of this reading vlog. I'm still not quite sure how I feel about this whole weekly reading vlog thing, but I figured since I have the time at the moment, I'm going to try my best because it's content and it should help me get back to reading more often than I have been. So that's the main reason for this. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys again in the next